In the mecca of football, Jason Aldean, did you ever envision yourself calling a Georgia game?
Like
Growing up, like I want to be in the press box calling a Georgia game.
I mean, I would love that. No, I actually, I grew up probably more of a baseball fan. I mean, well, I say that's not really true. I played more baseball,
Right.
I guess, growing up. But I was always a fan of Georgia football. My first memories are like Herschel Walker and listening to Larry Munson call the games.
So we're in the mecca of football, and you got this show, and it's been a year since you announced it. How much planning and rehearsing has gone in the past year to come together here for the show tomorrow night?
Well, I mean, it's a lot. I mean, it takes a lot to put on a show like this, and just to try and get it right, to make sure. I mean, Luke and I doing this show together. I mean, we've never done this before. I mean, we've played shows together, but not at the same time on stage where we're kind of going back and forth, which is a different kind of show. So, we rehearsed a little bit for this, and actually going to run through it again tonight just to make sure we have it dialed in before tomorrow. But it's a lot. I mean, it's a lot of moving parts to it, and the people that are really behind the scenes putting it on. I mean, those are the guys that are really, having to do a lot of the legwork. And, at the end of the day, Luke and I just get up and make sure we know the words to our songs and don't screw it up. You know what I mean?
Who came up with the idea for this show? Was it either one of you?
Well, I mean, we played this in 2013. I played it. Luke opened for us, and that was the only show that had ever been done here. Mm-hmm. And so up until tomorrow night, it's still the only show that's ever been done here. So, whenever we would talk about stadiums or doing something, I mean, this was always the one for me. I'm like, can we go back to Georgia? Can we go back there? And they finally, allowed us to come back in and do it this year. So it's something that, I want to do. I would do this every year if they let me do it. But, called Luke and just said, hey, let's go do this thing as a co-headlining thing. And it'd be awesome. And he and I are always looking for a reason to do something together anyway, man. I mean, he's one of my best friends, and to get to, play shows with him or tour with him or do whatever, it's always a blast. And so it's fun for us. That kind of translates to people watching, and they have a good time. And it's a special event, man.
Do you ever notice when you're on stage, like individual people in the crowd acting crazy? Not like stupid, but just going nuts for you. Like, I always wondered, if an artist is on stage, do they ever see someone just wilding out or something like that?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's entertainment for us, actually. Up there you'll see somebody, some big guy, looks like a wrestler, and you're like, he's sitting there like he kind of doesn't want to be there, and then you'll go into a song like You Make It Easy, a big ballad, and then all of a sudden he's singing his ass off, you know what I mean? You're like, this is awesome. So, but it's funny, man. It's entertaining up there. You see it all, you see everything. We get a bird's eye view of it, and you see everything. It's fun.
That's great. So I want to talk about this. The songs about us. I listened truthfully this morning before the morning show on the way in. Had about an hour drive, and I got to hear a bunch of the songs, not all of them.
Right.
And what I love about country music is they're not afraid to open up, because all these other genres sometimes don't do that. But you guys did something where you had just you and all your guys open up. Was it harder to perfect some of these songs just because it was everybody's personal story all together in your group?
I don't think so. I think a lot of times, my team of writers, two of the guys, Kurt and Tully, are my bandmates. They've been playing music with me for 30 years almost. And those two guys are really locked into, like, they know what I will and won't say. They know my stories. They know, I moved to how I got to Nashville. They know everything.
Right.
So, I think those guys a lot of times are a huge part of why these songs, to me, seem like things that are tailor-made for me, because they are. And they're writing songs about, a lot of these things, my experiences, their experiences, our experiences as band.
Yeah.
And then stuff like Help You Remember. Those are things that, like, things I'm kind of going through in my life with my family. And my wife's dad has Lewy body dementia. My uncle just passed away of that a couple years back. And so, like, we're dealing with that as a family. And, So me calling these guys, and we wrote that song, and just so I mean, I think it's a little bit of a combination of all those things.
Yeah.
It's kind of our story, and and it's just been a really cool thing, I think, over the last couple albums to kind of find our team. Those guys, John Morgan, Lydia Vaughn, who's been a writer on a lot of things recently, Neil Thrasher, who's been a part of my career forever. He's all over this record too, and so it's cool when you kind of have your team and they know. I mean, they go in, we all go in, they go in writing specifically for us for this record and whatever album we're working on, and the stories are, a lot of them are true to what they're saying.
I would envision the night before this comes out, it feels like Christmas Eve. Are you that nervous where you can't sleep just because you finally want to get it off the ground?
There was a time where I was like that. I think we've done it so much at this point. It's just like, I feel really confident about the record. I think the album's really good, and I'm proud of it. And it's more excitement, just like I can't wait for people to hear it, more so than I want to hear what they got to say. It's like I just want them to hear it and get feedback. I mean, it's like which songs do you like the best, and is it Anytime Soon? Is it this? Is that? And I think a lot of times it just kind of like, because I get stuck on these things where I'm listening to them for a year and a half, and I know what my favorites are, and I know the things kind of stand out to me. But getting it out there and people flipping out about a song that maybe I was like, man, I didn't think that would be the one that would really, crank your tractor.
Does that surprise you? Like what to you is a radio hit, and then it ends up being something else? Does that ever surprise you?
Sometimes. I mean, I've had a couple songs in my career that I didn't think. Maybe I had to get talked into maybe putting that out as a single because I didn't feel like it was going to be the one. Big Green Tractor is the one that kind of comes to mind for me, where I was like, really, that one? It's like. I think my producer actually was the one that goes, man, I think you need to like take a look at this one. Like this could be something. And I'm like, really, that one? Yeah. And sure enough, I mean, it was. But I think there's times where that happens. But for the most part, I mean, I've been doing this long enough to where, it's not only about that, but it's also like what's on brand for me, what I want to go out and play every night, and what I think is cool. I mean, ultimately, I got to sing these things, so I don't want a song out there that I just think is okay, and then I got to go play that thing for the next 10, 20 years.
I didn't think about that, yeah. If there's a question you could ask Luke Bryan that you've never asked him, what would it be? I know I'm putting you on the spot because you know him so well.
Yeah,
it's like, yeah. But I'm thinking maybe there's something I really want to know this, and I've never asked him this question.
How do you get your teeth so white? Maybe it's that.
It must be something they give him in L.A. I don't know.
He's like, remember the episode? I don't know if you guys watch Friends. Remember the episode where Ross's teeth are glowing? Yeah. I feel like that's Luke.
That's great, man. It's so good to meet you and have you in here, man. I love it. I just love. I could talk baseball with you all day.
Absolutely. How about our Braves, man?
I'll tell you. Look, listen. It's crazy because the Braves and the AAA team, the Stripers, are number one in both MLB and AAA. They've scored the most runs, and they've never lost a series. Which is like, who would have thought that after last year?
And not even
with the
fully
Braves?
healthy, which is insane.
And that's the thing. Do you think that they're ever going to get healthy at this point? Because it seems like it's one thing after another. A pitcher here, Acuna there.
It's all. I feel like pitching is always the thing. I mean, but hopefully, Strider, we're about to get him back, hopefully, and then. Richie looked great. I mean, his first pitch not so much, but the rest of the game,
it looked good
great
yesterday. Well, Strider was throwing 97 the other day in AAA consistently, so that's more what he used to be because he was having a problem doing all that.
Maybe I probably went to one last season. I'm actually going Sunday too. On my way back to Nashville, I'm going to hit the day game.
Oh, that's great. So. I'm taking my son to we're going to go to a Tuesday night game next week against the Tigers. We're going to hit that one up. I got to go to a cheer competition next week for my daughter. She just comp cheer.
Good.
I don't know.
You.
Have you ever gotten into that stuff? Your kids?
My kids didn't do that.
Dude,
my older ones played volleyball, and then so I
it's another level. We got to go to Orlando for it, so it's like a comp cheer nightmare. Like screaming everything. Like I don't know if I want to herd cats in baseball or hear screaming. It's like crazy, but. Man, well, it's good to meet you and have you in here, man. We appreciate you here in North Georgia. NGC's been playing all your stuff for a long time, so.
Well, I appreciate you guys, man. Thanks for being here, and hey, go Dogs.
Go Dogs.